Just imagine holding the most precious thing in your life in the palm of your hand, whether it's your hard-earned degree, your entire life savings, or the hand of the person you love most in this world, and suddenly realizing that to the entire cosmos, its value is absolute zero. This universe couldn't care less whether you wake up tomorrow morning or fall asleep forever. Your grief, your success, your depression, and your entire existence are nothing more than a tiny wave rising in a vast, deafening ocean, vanishing the very next second without leaving a single trace. Hearing this, your brain will probably try to reject it, because since childhood, our minds have been fed a comforting lie. The lie that you are special, that your life has some grand purpose, and that everything you do will ultimately mean something. But what if I told you that the most dangerous thinkers in history uncovered a bitter truth that shatters every single human illusion in a single instant? This philosophy is called nihilism. But before you make the mistake of dismissing it as just some sad or depressing thought, you need to understand why every religion, political system, and powerful figure on earth trembles at this very idea. So my brother, I'm about to take you down a dark philosophical rabbit hole where human reality shatters forever. Centuries ago in ancient Greece, there lived an eccentric thinker whose mind sent shockwaves through the very foundations of Western philosophy. His name was Gorgias. Gorgias stated something so unsettling that even today's most advanced quantum physicists break into a sweat in a freezing blizzard. He laid out 3 simple lines. First, nothing exists. Second, even if something does exist, you can never truly comprehend it. And third, even if you could comprehend it, you could never explain it to another human being. Pause and think about this for a moment, my friend. Gorgias was reminding you that your entire world, your house, your relationships, your morality, is nothing more than a hallucination constructed inside your brain. If the signals from your retinas to your mind were altered, this entire physical world would vanish instantly. But a piercing question arises here that will shatter your perspective. If everything is a hallucination, why do pain and suffering feel so brutally real? Why does a human being break down completely on the inside after facing failure or rejection? To pull back the curtain on this mystery, we have to turn to a 19th century German philosopher whose ideas redirected the course of human history. This man once declared something so radical that he was branded a monster in his time. Later in life, he broke down weeping in the street while throwing his arms around a beaten horse, losing his mind completely for the rest of his days. His name was Friedrich Nietzsche. When Nietzsche famously uttered the words, "God is dead," he wasn't mocking religion. He was issuing a terrifying warning to human civilization. He meant that everything humanity built its ultimate truths, morality, and meaning upon had reached a breaking point. Nietzsche realized that when a person discovers the universe has no pre-written script for them, they plummet into a deep, dark void known as the abyss. Nietzsche wrote, "When you gaze long into an abyss, the abyss also gazes into you." Now look inside yourself, brother. What are you chasing day and night? A high-paying job, a bigger house, social status, the respect of others. Nihilism slaps you across the face and asks, what is the final value of any of it? 100 years from now when you are dead, and a few billion years later when the sun expires and the earth turns into a frozen, lifeless rock, what meaning will any of your goals hold? Zero. All your stress, all your anxiety is born from a game whose rules you created inside your own head. But the story doesn't end here, my brother, because another mind-bending question emerges that will short-circuit the wires of your brain. If there is no inherent meaning in the universe, why does life exist in the first place? Why is there something rather than nothing? Extreme thinkers like Emil Cioran and Arthur Schopenhauer offered a dark and razor-sharp answer. They argued that life is not a gift, but a cosmic accident. According to Schopenhauer, this entire universe is driven by a blind, senseless force he called the will. This will simply craves to multiply and create for no reason at all, and that is why desires are constantly birthed inside you. You achieve a goal, feel satisfied for 2 seconds, and then collapse right back into boredom or new suffering. Human existence is like a pendulum, swinging endlessly between suffering and boredom. Look at this through the lens of modern science, my friend. In cosmology, there is a concept known as the heat death of the universe, or entropy. The second law of thermodynamics proves that this entire universe is in a state of continuous decay. A day will come when every star burns out, every galaxy scatters, and every atom drifts so far apart that nothing remains across the entire cosmos except an absolute, dark, freezing silence. Physics itself proves that the ultimate destiny of the universe is absolute nothingness. This creates a deeply disturbing contradiction inside you. If everything is destined to end in absolute zero, if all of this is just a giant cosmic joke, why shouldn't a person just end it all? Why even bother to wake up tomorrow morning? This is the final test where 99% of people run away in terror, hiding back inside their world of comfortable illusions. But right here lies the single greatest and most terrifying secret of nihilism, one that instead of destroying you, can become your ultimate weapon. Nietzsche divided nihilism into two distinct paths, passive nihilism and active nihilism. A passive nihilist hears that everything is meaningless, sits in a corner, loses all hope and starts crying. But an active nihilist looks into that vast emptiness and smiles. They realize that if the universe hasn't constructed a ready-made meaning for you, it means you are completely free. Think about this, brother. If there is no absolute right or wrong in this world, no pre-written destiny, then you owe nothing to anyone. Your past failures, your embarrassments, your doubts, all of it becomes utterly meaningless in a split second. You carry no burden from society, religion, or anyone's expectations. Life becomes a completely blank canvas. Nihilism reveals that you are not a slave to the universe's pre-packaged rules. You are the creator of your own meaning. When you realize that in the end, everything returns to dust, your fear dies forever. You start that business you were terrified of launching, you speak the truths you were hiding, and you begin living life with extreme intensity because you know you only get one playthrough and there is no final scorekeeper keeping track. Nihilism is a blazing fire that burns away your lies, your ego, and your fake pride until only ashes remain. And when those ashes settle, what stands there is pure, unfiltered freedom. But hold on, my friend. There is still one dark paradox remaining that will rattle you to your core. Even if you forge your own meaning in life, isn't that meaning just another self-engineered lie you created to soothe yourself? What if the moment you try to construct meaning, you fall straight back into the exact same illusion trap? In philosophy, this terrifying concept is known as the absurd and Camus' hero paradox. This is the single most dangerous glitch we will dismantle completely in our next episode. So subscribe to the channel right now, and I'll see you in the next mind-shattering video.